All right, brothers and sisters. Uh, Again, my apologies. I don't know, the stream, I figured it was going to happen, but yeah, it took me a long time to get back on. So, again, my apologies, but I'm back. Hopefully, I can stay on. Nevertheless, I'm in Malachi, the second chapter, in verse 2. Here, we see what the priest was given to do. It says, the law of truth in verse 5, Malachi 2 and 5. Well, first of all, again, I'll just start at 1 because here we see who he's talking to. He said, and now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. So we know who he's talking to. Then he says in verse 5, my covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherewith he feared me and was afraid before my name. Now he's talking about the Levites. But he said in verse 4, and ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with you, with Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. Then he says something. He says the law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many from iniquity. See, that's what he's supposed to do. The priest was supposed to turn the people from iniquity. Okay, that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to warn the people. Okay, turn you. He's similar to what he talks about when he's talking about the prophets. And hold your finger here in Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter, verse 22, he says, but if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from the evil of their doings. See, how do you turn from the evil of your doings? It's through the law. Hold your finger in Malachi. Let's go to Psalms, the 119th division. See, Psalms 119, I'm going to pick it up at verse 97. It says, how love I thy law. It is my meditation all the day. Then he says in verse 101, he says, I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. See, it's through the keeping of his word. It's through the law that you do that. Let's go to Let's go back to Malachi, the second chapter. So he says, verse 6, the law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many away from iniquity. He said, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. See, the priest was giving you a message from God. You understand? He's his messenger, similar to how the apostles are his messengers. Okay, before he had apostles, and how you read in the New Testament, teachers and so forth, he had priests. Okay, that's what he had. Now we're gonna come back here, but let's go to Numbers, the 27th chapter, because even through him, those others in leadership were supposed to. Well, they should understand that they should see God through this priest. This is Numbers, the 27th chapter, verse 15. Now, this is in the time in which Joshua is taking, peace to you, brother. Lord willing, I can stay back. It says, Numbers 27, verse 15, it says, and Moses spake unto the Lord, saying, let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, all right, which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd. So he said, don't let them be like a sheep that have no leader. Then it said, and listen to what it says. It said, and the Lord said unto Moses, take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the spirit, and lay thine hand upon him. So he laid hands upon him. Okay. Then it said he already had the spirit, but he said, this is Joshua. He's laying his hands on. He said, and set him, talking about Joshua, before Eleazar the priest.